Hi, it's me, your melasma queen. I have a video on my channel all about my experience with the Moxi laser for treating my melasma specifically. And it's been over a year since I've had one of those, and I still have melasma, as you can see, but I've got an update on it, and I'm going to be getting another Moxi treatment today. The Moxi is a laser that is approved and shown to be effective for this type of pigmentation specifically. It will help with sunspots and just age spots, other types of pigmentation. It does help to build collagen in your skin, and we will always take that, right? So it's like micro injuring your skin, very controlled, precise, sterile micro injuries that tell your skin to do what it does best and promote that collagen production and elastin and say, hey, we need your help, send in the troops, build that collagen up. If you watched my first video, you will know how dramatic my results were. They were so good. My skin was so clear. I was so happy with it. And unbeknownst to me, my eyelash serum was making my melasma worse. And after each Moxi laser treatment, of which I've done 3, I would go right back to using these lash growth serums. I was using the brand Grande Lash, so I was using the Grande Lash Serum as well as the Grande Brow Serum. And I was faithfully putting those on every single night from 2019 until 2023. So it's been a year since I've used those serums, and I'd like to do this Moxi today to see if my results will last longer, being that I'm no longer using those lash serums. As with the previous Moxi laser treatments I have had, I am paying for this. I am paying full price. This is not a sponsored post. I'm getting my face, my neck, and my chest done, even though I don't really feel like I need my chest. But I'm getting all 3 of those areas treated for $650. That's a really good deal for that amount of treatment area. In the past, I paid $750 for face only. I invite you to come along with me. We are going to the Aesthetic Collective. That's here in West Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm going to see Nurse Beth Pohl. I just can't wait to see what she can do with this. Here is what it looks like during your Moxi treatment. So your eyes are closed, you have protective eyewear on, and she is moving the Moxi handpiece in passes over my skin. Beth said she did between levels 2 and 3, and I think 5 passes in each area. You're probably wondering, does this hurt? My short answer is no. This is the 4th time I've done this, and this is the least amount of irritation that I think I experienced during. You do wear numbing cream beforehand, and to me, the sensation is simply not pain. If anything, the sensation would be described as spicy. Like maybe it feels like somebody put some chili pepper oil on your skin. And another way I describe the feeling is almost like someone is plucking hairs off your face. I know that doesn't sound very pleasant, but just know that if you're not like super sensitive, you probably won't love the feeling, but I wouldn't say, oh my gosh, it hurt. The only place that I did have some discomfort, I mean, I didn't love it, was this part when she is going over my lip line. Now, this just feels a little extra prickly, and this is the only time, like I said, that I was like, okay, like I'll be happy when it's done. Okay, now she is doing my neck. This is not always included in these treatments, so if you want the anti-aging powers of Moxi laser on your neck and chest, you will likely have to book those in addition to your face. If you're wondering, I think this entire process, and keep in mind she did do my neck and chest, was about 20 minutes. It didn't take very long, and like I said, I don't think it hurts. I don't think it's like the most relaxing, wonderful feeling, but it's not a terrible experience. So 5 hours post Moxi, it went great. Probably the least painful one that I've had. I really felt no discomfort, and I feel like the post Moxi spiciness that usually lasts for like 1 to 2 hours was barely a thing. So either I'm getting better at these, or yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm just like really tough. So at this point, I already have some of the the microscopic endo something necrotic debris. Necrotic debris is the best part. Basically these little specks. I do have some lighting on, so that's the shine, but This is the healing. The pigment's already starting to push its way out. We did do my neck, so I have some of that redness there too. Neck feels fine. And then I didn't actually have her do my chest because I truly don't have any issues with it aside from 2 cat scratches, and I can't show you because they're pretty low. But she really just went over with the Moxi handpiece these 2 cat scratches, so hopefully those heal up. So I am not to wash my face or put anything on it tonight, so I'm just going to go to bed. I will expect to wake up, you know, red tomorrow and maybe a little swollen, but honestly, this is pretty dang good. This is exactly what I think my skin should be doing, and I'm excited. Well, I've certainly looked better. This is a little over 24 hours after my Moxi, so this is the end of day 2, and this is what I look like. And I laughed that yesterday I almost got a little cocky, and I was like, I just am not even swelling that much, and maybe I won't this time. I'll insert a picture of what it looked like right when I woke up this morning. Obviously, when you wake up, that's when you're the most swollen because you haven't gotten up and gotten everything moving downwards. But good Lord, like, I should not have thought that I was just special and I wasn't going to swell this time. The lower part of my face is very swollen. My neck, you can see exactly where she went now. And that was very swollen this morning. My neck actually was more uncomfortable, I think, than my face, and the itchiness woke me up. So when you first get it, the day you get it, you're not gonna put any lotion on it, you're not gonna wash it, you're gonna go to bed. So this morning when I woke up, I was able to use a gentle cleanser, gentle's keyword here, and then follow up with a very gentle plain moisturizer, and that helped with the itching a ton. When I first woke up, it was really itchy because, you know, I had slept all night, wasn't able to put anything on it, but when you start being able to hydrate this, it will feel a lot better. I think it actually woke me up early. I am not a person who gets up at 5:30, but I did this morning because I think my face itching woke me up, and it also felt a little hot. So that first night is gonna be a little rough. And also this is your first day after, right? Your first day after the Moxi is going to look the roughest too. The redness is going to be on high, the swelling. So just know, day 2 is the day that you actually might not want to see people if you don't have to. All right, we're taking a close-up look here at the men's. That's what these little spots are. Microscopic epidermal necrotic debris. And it's a very good sign. You know, it's that damaged tissue that's coming to the surface, pushing its way out. And it's really nice to see it in the areas where I had melasma. You know, it's in that same sort of pattern. So this is believe it or not, a sign of good things to come. Hello, welcome to day 3. I felt like, until I looked at myself on the monitor, that the redness was diminished today. The men's, the little speckles, still very much a thing. The swelling, oh my gosh, when I first woke up this morning, my lower half of my face was very swollen. It actually kind of made me laugh. I used an oil cleanser followed by the gentle gel cleanser because I wore a heavy amount of sunscreen on my face today. I did have to go into the world briefly. And so I wanted to use that oil cleanser to break down the sunscreen. And I do always notice that helps to start loosen up those little men's. So I was not trying to remove them. I want to be very clear. I was not exfoliating. I was not rubbing or scratching them off. They were organically coming off though as I washed my face this evening. So I would say at the end of day 3, you might start to notice those men's are starting to shed themselves. You are not to shed them manually. Just it'll happen, let it happen. In order to enter society today, I put on a very, very heavy layer of a mineral SPF 50 sunscreen. I brought a hat with me. I have these sunshades in my car. They're for babies. You've probably seen them. You like pull them down like a little window shade. So tomorrow will be day 4. I have a very early out of town wedding that I'm doing. If you're new here, I'm a makeup artist, so when I say I'm doing a wedding, I mean I'm doing wedding makeup. And I already gave my bride a heads up today because I was like, hey, see you tomorrow. FYI, I had a laser treatment and my face is looking a little rough. And I may wear a mask just so I don't scare anybody. But you know, from the last time she saw me at her trial, I didn't look like this. So I just didn't want to alarm anybody. I know what this looks like, and I'm really not self-conscious about it, but I feel like it's so severe looking to anyone else, and I feel like I have to always like give that disclaimer. Like, I really wanted to tell the guy at the Starbucks drive-thru today, I get a laser treatment, so that's why I look like this. I will check in tomorrow evening. I've been doing these at the end of the day anyways, because I'm trying to do them at consistent times, trying to keep the lighting as consistent as possible so you can see a true, you know, unbiased, unfiltered, day-by-day healing. And I refer back to these videos too. So like the next time I get a laser treatment, I'm gonna go back to this video and be like, what did I look like again on day 3? Oh, that's right, still bad. Well, we've arrived at day 4 and we are still not at any point where I think I'm convincing you to do this treatment. I think you've just been progressively watching me look worse over the course of this video. And I really hope that this all comes together in the end and there's a grand finale and you see what all of this was for. I'm gonna have to go back and look, but I'm fairly certain on every day 4 that I've done this, I've gotten a cold sore. Despite taking an antiviral leading up to it, I tried out this LED wand that's supposed to literally kill cold sores the second I woke up this morning and felt this. Did not work, as you can see, and now my face is coated in cold sore medicine. Day 4 is where you start to lose your patience. I can deal with the rest of it, honestly, but the cold sore every time is really frustrating. Today, my skin was very itchy and I could tell as soon as I got home and got in the shower that it was gonna be ready to start like truly shedding off. So I did my double cleanse again, so oil cleanser to get off my sunscreen, and then it was like definitely shedding off in my hands. And I'll give you a close-up because I want you to see what's going on under there. Please ignore the cold sore. Redness for sure, but I mean, there's sections that don't have speckles. Isn't that amazing? Seems like the parts that are the darkest, like up there, kind of starts to shed from chin up, really. But that makes sense. This is the most active part of your face. You're moving a lot. This part starts to, you know, break away. Same with the chemical peel. It's the same type of shedding pattern, I notice. So this will probably be the last to go. I think day 6 is where you start to have some self-confidence again. It's not day 4, I'll tell you that. Hi, it's day 5 and I'm back with another insane update. I think my skin is actually starting to look better. I have very little mends to shed off at this point and they're around the perimeter. My skin's a little red still, but it actually has like a smooth texture. The swelling, I think, has finally subsided. And then in the place of all of that has entered now 6, count them, 6 cold sores. I started back on a Valtrex prescription today, and hopefully that resolves this. It is a lot. It is very itchy and painful. It's just I've never had 6, so let's hope it stops there. I cannot handle anymore, but by tomorrow I bet I don't have any skin left to shed, so we trade one thing for another, I suppose. Our journey has almost come to an end, as we are at day 6. And my skin is looking pretty good. Aside from a few parts on the sides of my neck, I don't really have any more mends, so my skin has fully shed, at least on my face. I mean, the cold sores, like, do we even address it at this point? It looks like I ate a bunch of spaghetti and got it all over my mouth. And I hope that once those heal, I can feel more confident, and I cannot wait to put makeup on. Today I wore an SPF of 43 sunscreen, and then on top of that I used an SPF 50 CC cream. I then reapplied after a few hours. I am trying to do my absolute best with the sun protection because whatever lightening I see in my melasma and my discoloration, I really want to keep it that way. If you could ignore the cold sores, let's just take a close-up look at my skin. So no more mends unless you're looking down here. Forehead, looking pretty good. I hope we're in the home stretch, folks. We are at day 9. I realize I have skipped some days, but that was intentional. There just wasn't a lot of change, like from day 5, 6 till now. So I didn't think you really needed to watch a cold sore heal because that's basically all you would have been watching. I have no skin changes other than I do still have some redness and some dry itchiness, and I figured out, I think that's from me going back on hydroquinone pads and not alternating like every other day. So I think my skin's adjusting to that, but I do still definitely have like a little bit of a flush, and I hope it's from the hydroquinone pads because it shouldn't really be from the Moxi laser by day 9. All right, so let's get a close-up look here. You can see that redness, right? But this on the side of my face was pretty discolored before. The forehead, I feel like that redness is still making it a little hard to gauge whether that's much lighter, but it is lighter, I think. Other side, definitely had that discoloration on this side too. My cold sores are better. They're pretty much just like scabs at this point, but I would love to see this redness dial down. Tomorrow will be day 10, and I remember day 10 was the day I felt like my skin was looking really good in previous Moxis. So I haven't been using the hydroquinone for the last 2 days, I think now. So I hope that quiets down the redness and the itchiness. You guys, what's up? It's day 11. I do have a spray tan, so the color of my body has changed, but I didn't have her spray my face, so face should still be easy to judge progress on. Honestly, my main complaint at this point, at day 11, is just still some redness and itchiness. And again, I think the itchiness is from not easing back into the hydroquinone pads, so I have been trying to do like every other day with that. I did find a really nice soothing product to wear at night, and I actually even added Aquaphor today, and so that's what is giving my skin like kind of that sheen. But I would say right now I finally am feeling good about it. I think that when I put makeup on, it's going to look really good. The cold sores are in their last life. I have been using my red light mask to try to accelerate the healing, and it's just the very sides of my face that still have that redness a little bit, and that's the part that gets itchy, and like maybe forehead a little bit. I am feeling hopeful, a little itchy, but hopeful. That's the title of my memoir. We have made it to day 16, so it's officially been over 2 weeks since I had the Moxi laser treatment. I think we're at a good place to do our final assessment. If you recall, this side had some pretty dark melasma on my forehead as well as side of the face. So I can't see the monitor, but we'll just know that it has lightened, right? Other side, I didn't really have any on my forehead, but I definitely had it on the side of my face. So I feel like texture is looking good. Face feels very smooth. The cold sores are a distant memory now. If you've made it this far in this video, thank you. I know it's been a wild ride. Similar to the Sochi Olympics, where we watched Bob Costas just progressively look worse. He had pink eye one broadcast. The next day he had pink eye in the other eye. God love him. But I feel like it's been a little bit like that. Every day I checked in, I looked worse and worse and just more pathetic. And then the cold sores came, and it was just like a whole thing. So thanks for seeing it through with me. If you're not prone to cold sores, if you've never had one, I don't think you need to worry about it. If you're prone to them and you get them easily with, you know, trauma like I had, you should definitely be on Valtrex the whole time. That is what I should have done, and I think I could have saved myself the trouble. I do think my skin looks good. I do think it looks brighter. I am back on 4% hydroquinone pads, so I will be diligent with those, sunscreen, and we're gonna try to just keep things where they're at as long as possible, regardless of whether you plan to get a Moxi laser treatment or not. I sure hope this video was informative. Definitely showed you the day-by-day healing, and if you were really scared looking at me on day 1, at least you know, like after 2 weeks, this is what you'll look like. You'll be back to normal, I promise. So thanks for watching.